Liam Rosenior is the new Chelsea manager following former boss Enzo Maresca's departure on New Year's Day. Rosenior formerly managed Ligue 1 side Strasbourg, who are also owned by Blueco, and was formally interviewed earlier in the week by Chelsea's sporting leadership team. All went to plan, and on Tuesday Rosenior confirmed that he had verbally agreed to join Chelsea, and now he is confirmed as the new manager and is expected to take charge of his first game this weekend in the FA Cup against Charlton. So here's how his tactics are going to work at Stamford Bridge. On paper, Rosenior set up his Strasbourg side in a 3-4-2-1 with the flexibility to change into a 4-2-3-1 out of possession and a 3-2-5 in possession. His system is very player adaptive, and Rosenior often adjusts the team shape to suit squad profiles. Strasbourg build from deep and aim to play out the back even when under pressure. The goalkeeper is heavily involved in the build-up play and joins 3 defenders to create a back 4 in order to create an 11 versus 10 scenario against the opposition. In this shape, Rosenior prefers his players to use short passing sequences, which is why they rank amongst the lowest in Ligue 1 for long-range passes. The aim during the low build-up is to draw the opposition deeper and create central overloads higher up the pitch. This season, Strasbourg have repeatedly exploited empty spaces behind midfield lines and used third-man combinations to break through the press. This hasn't always worked in their favour, but Rosenior would much rather concede from turnovers than abandon his structure. An example of this came against PSG, when Strasbourg were 3-1 up but were forced to settle for a point in a 3-3 draw. Once the first line of the press is beaten, the tempo increases rapidly. The wing-backs get high to stretch the opponent's back line horizontally, and the attacking midfielders operate in half spaces rather than as traditional wingers. Those attacking midfielders form a box midfield with the pivot and receive vertical passes in those half spaces. In attack, Rosenior prioritises chance quality over volume. Attacks are built through the previously mentioned central overloads and occupation of the half space by attacking midfielders. Additionally, late runs into the box from midfielders help increase the likelihood of scoring from a chance. This season, Strasbourg have been able to score through long possession sequences and fast breaks following a high press. At Chelsea, Rosenior would require his players to show that same kind of versatility going forward. The role of the striker in Rosenior's setup is vital. He relies on a striker who has a high physical output, is constantly on the move without the ball, and attacks early crosses and both channels. Despite having a clear positional framework, Rosenior does encourage freedom amongst his attacking players, hence the movement from strikers and attacking midfielders being such a staple in his approach. Defensively, Rosenior's teams are very aggressive. Whilst in possession they're more calculated before picking up the tempo, it is all guns blazing without the ball. This season, Strasbourg have set up in a 4-2-3-1 when defending, and the focus is on high aggressive pressing and protecting the wide zones. Pressing is the main defensive approach. Rosenior's press is designed to force mistakes, compress space, and win the ball high up the pitch. It's a man-orientated press, and players are told to focus on blocking passing lanes rather than blind and chaotic man marking. The defensive line stays high to reduce opposition progression, and the players that lead the press are on alert for triggers such as backward passes, poor body positioning, and touches towards the sideline. When they lose the ball, Rosenior's players immediately counter-press and protect central spaces. They also shut down forward passing options and have a strong rest defence structure to help them control transitions. When they win the ball back, Strasbourg look to be direct and have scored lots of goals from fast breaks under Rosenior. He encourages his players to commit numbers forward as he is confident in that counter-press. Due to the intense nature of Rosenior's playing style, he often opts for younger players in his squad as they can maintain the tempo across phases throughout the match. At Chelsea, the starting 11 is likely to remain the same under Rosenior as it was under Maresca. However, some players who weren't used under Maresca could get more opportunities this season. For example, Andrés Santos could see more minutes in midfield under Rosenior after flourishing on loan at Strasbourg last season. Liam Delap could also benefit from Rosenior's appointment, as the pair previously worked together at Hull during the 2023-24 season. Speaking about Delap, Rosenior has previously said he is one of a kind and I love him. Rosenior has also worked with goalkeeper Rob Sanchez before. They played in the Brighton under-23s together on a handful of occasions, and the Spanish shot-stopper was also coached by Rosenior briefly when he was assistant manager for the under-23 team. Despite their history, there is potential for Rosenior to opt for a more ball-playing goalkeeper to suit his build-up play. One area of the pitch that looks particularly exciting is the attacking midfield, where Cole Palmer and Estevao could flourish. Given Rosenior's want for his attacking midfielders to operate in half spaces and roam freely in attack, Palmer is expected to get back to peak form in a system tailor-made for his game. Rosenior will take charge of Chelsea's match against Charlton in the FA Cup this weekend, and whilst his ideas won't be seen on the pitch overnight, the 41-year-old's tactical approach could suit Chelsea really well. With plenty of fans riled up by the departure of Enzo Maresca, Rosenior will need a win under his belt to keep the critics at bay. He's not going to be flawless straight away, and the players won't be fluent in Rosenior ball for a while, but hopefully Chelsea can get off to a winning start against Charlton this weekend. So what do you think? Is Rosenior the right appointment, and can he take Chelsea to the next level? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. That is where I'm going to end today's podcast, but there are plenty of others that you can go and listen to. For more content, be sure to check out my website, that's inmrfootball.co.uk. On there are match reports, live blogs, club updates, and so much more. And if that's not enough, INMR is also on X and Instagram, so you can follow me on there for even more daily football content. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you in the next one.